원노브 웨터가 무료 배포 중입니다. 오늘 마감이에요. 약 6만원 무료 꿀템입니다. 노브 한개로 믹싱을 쉽고 빠르게 도와주는 플러그인입니다. 앰비언스와 뎁스를 넣을 수 있어요. 기타, 보컬, 드럼 등에 사용하면 좀 더 풍부한 사운드 연출이 가능해 다른 플러그인과 함께 사용하면 더욱 좋습니다. 다운받는 법은 더보기 링크 클릭 후 회원가입하고 받으면 됩니다.
Nightingale might try to fool me, but I've heard the joke before. Jackdaw doesn't take requests, he sticks to what he knows the best. He doesn't need applause.
That might have been a bit difficult to hear in the context of the mix, but at the lower values, the reverb sounds quite bright, and there's a very subtle delay in there as well. As we wind in the amount a bit more, the reverb obviously gets louder and longer and larger, but the tone gets ever so slightly darker. Let's put this in isolation so you can hear just the vocal and the reverb, and we'll wind this in again. Listen closely for how the reverb changes in tone.
Nightingale might try to fool me, but I've heard the joke before. Jackdaw doesn't take requests, he sticks to what he knows the best. He doesn't need applause. Magpie tries to steal the spotlight, but he doesn't know the tune.
SSL 기타 스트립 번들이 89% 할인 중입니다. 아바 베이스 플로어와 묶음이에요. 기타 베이스 믹싱할 때 레알 꿀입니다. SSL 특유의 질감으로 사운드를 더욱 시원하고 깔끔하게 만들 수 있어요. 기타 믹싱이 고민이신 분들에게 강추합니다. 힙합 R&B는 물론 밴드 음악 등 다양한 장르에 활용 가능해요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요. (1276) 클래식 리미터 콜렉션이 86% 할인 중입니다. 역대급 할인이에요. UA 제품이라 믿고 쓸만합니다. 하드웨어 제한 없이 사용할 수 있어요. 컴프가 필요한 보컬, 기타, 드럼, 베이스 등에 거는 걸 추천드려요. 인아웃풋을 메인으로 조작하며 원하는 사운드를 만들면 됩니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
So it's out right now. Next time around, the compression will be in. Here we go. Yeah. It fills out the sound. It turns up the volume just a little bit, but that little bit of compression gives it a nice warmth. Let's check out that same stereo acoustic guitar, except this time it'll be soloed without the music in the background. I'll start with it off and then I'll turn it on. No compression. This time I'll turn the compression on and you'll hear the warmth and a little bit of pumping, and that's on purpose. I put a little bit extra compression to give it a little bit more of a pumping sound. It's going to stick through the mix that way. Here we go. I'm getting that pumping action because I have a higher ratio of 12:1, so it's a lot of compression. The attack is making it so it grabs the sound quickly, right? And the release is sort of fast, but not too fast. It's a really great effect. Now let me put the mix back in and listen how the guitar jumps out. Here we go.
PSP 인피니스트립이 75% 할인 중입니다. 레알 믹싱 꿀템이에요. EQ, 컴프, 세츄레이터 등 작업에 필요한 꿀템이 전부 들어있습니다. 사운드를 빈티지하고 깔끔하게 잡기 때문에 모든 장르에 사용 가능해요. 보컬, 기타 등에 걸면 꿀입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
EQ, brightness, bottom end, and everything else in between. You can defeat different frequencies, like so. But I can also toggle between the different models that are available. So here we've got this one, but and back again. And you can do that for all of the categories. So you can do exactly the same thing with the preamps and the compressors and stuff like that. Talking about the gain. Now this really is interesting just because, for example, here I'm pushing into this VCA compressor and I'm going quite hard, and we see the activity we've got on this very nice virtual Magic Eye in the saturator. Okay. I've set that up with some amount of care. So if I were to change from here and go to maybe the FET compressor, I want to see a similar amount of compression. And that's exactly what I get. Same with this saturator. If I feed in a different level of signal, rather than something completely different, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the clip gain here. So I'm going to take it down, I don't know, quite a bit actually. It's quite a bit quieter. Okay, not nearly as much. But I've got this reference level set in this preamp section here. So
스케일러 2가 16% 할인 중입니다. 코드 꿀템이에요. 화성하기 장르 스타일별로 정리되어 있어 쉽고 빠르게 원하는 코드 진행을 만들 수 있습니다. 코드 따는 기능도 들어있어 초보분들이 쓰기 좋아요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Notes. Now, what we have is Scalar detecting those single notes and saying, hey, this is probably in the C minor scale. There are some other options here, but because we started on a C, it's saying it's probably C minor scale. That all tracks. It was written in C minor, so we're perfectly fine. The next thing I'm going to do is unselect the detect because I want to start working in the C minor. Now I need to decide what type of chords I want. So it's going to go C, A flat, G, so that sounds okay, but those are triads, which can be pretty boring. If I come in here and go up to something like 11ths, those are much richer. So what I want to do now is essentially paint by numbers. I want to go C, and then it goes to A flat, so I want to take that A flat, and then to G, and then to F, and then C, A flat.
Addictive Drums 2 커스텀 컬렉션이 40% 할인 중입니다. 레알 드럼 꿀템이에요. 본인이 원하는 킷을 3가지 고를 수 있습니다. 각 사운드별 믹싱은 물론 드럼 패턴도 미디로 조작되어 있어 내가 직접 수정해서 원하는 드럼 라인을 만들 수 있어요. 힙합 R&B 하시는 분들에게 강추합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.